About 3 years ago, I was socializing with some people at work, which I don't do a lot of, but I kind of try to fit in the crowd, and they were using a nickname for this one guy, calling him Batman. That was his nickname. I don't know why, but I didn't really care. I just wanted to join in, so I started nicknaming this one girl Batgirl, and the guys were like, "Which one?" And I was like, "I don't know." And they started going into it, and they're this one or this one or this one. There's like four different Batgirls, I think, and they said, well, from this continuity or this. I didn't know what they were talking about, and they said, well, you're just not nerd enough. Yeah, that was the first time I ever heard somebody say I wasn't nerd enough. I had spent all my money in high school on comic books. I mean, when other kids were buying a new car or buying a used car or just buying music or going to movies or something, I was saving money to buy comic books. Um, so I had like a part time after school job, and all my birthday money and all that, I bought comic books. When I graduated from high school, I probably had about 300 comic books. Doesn't sound like very much. Then my brother in law, now my brother in law, he before we were married, so he wasn't my brother in law yet, but he gave me two huge boxes of comic books. And that was a lot of comics. So I thought I was a comic book nerd. I really thought I was. Um, but that's Batman, of course. And it's different. So granted, I wasn't into Batman. I was into X-Men. That's a Marvel universe thing. It's not DC. And so I know more about X Men, but not as much as I thought. Because I've gotten into discussions with people, and they're like, they know so much more. And I'm like, I'm not that into it. I'm not that kind of nerd. Okay, just staying with the topic of nerd, the word nerd, because I fit some aspects of the stereotype. Wear thick glasses. I don't have great coordination. I got really good grades in high school. I went to college. That's kind of where the stereotypes fall flat because most nerds are like IQ 175 and stuff like that. I can't, I can't even conversate with most nerds, I think. That's a stereotype again. See, I'm generalizing. But I watched King of the Nerds. First season, I watched all of it. Second season, I watched most of it. At the end of first season, I was like, I am not that kind of nerd. Lots of science and math, and just because I was kind of an outcast loser in high school, I didn't really fit as a nerd. I don't fit as a nerd now. I mean, it's just that's why one reason why the stereotype thrown out. Now, the title of my book, Levels of Geekdom, came from a reflection about being a nerd. Um, Several years ago, I don't know, Sarah was maybe in fifth grade. I don't know. But she came home.